welcome to the Geomologist Presents. I got some unboxings for you. Three, in fact. I'm going to do three today. I have more boxes here lying on the floor next to me, but I think I'll just do these three. And I don't know why the camera is going in and out like that. Quite interesting. Anyway, the first offering is not a box. It is, in fact, an envelope. And this envelope, and I'm doing this one by request, truth be told. There we go. So this is 1 foot, about maybe a little less. No, I think it's about 1 foot, 30 centimeters by 8 3/4. It is a package from JP Gill, who does a podcast, Decahedron podcast, by the way. And this is kind of it's like our APA, our Anchorite publication. And I'll just show it to you. I'm not going to do any in-depth content because, hey, this is our zine, but it looks pretty cool, I think. It's the Anchorite from our Amateur Press Association #1. So just to give you some facts, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 contributors in our Anchorite APA group. And we clocked in at this zine. I don't know how many pages. Actually, they're not numbered. Maybe that. Oh, here we go. I can add it up. 9, 16, 18, 20, 44, 54, 54, and 11, 65 pages of written material from the Anchorite. It's a pretty nice, I think it's a cool cover. JP did the cover, and people are going to do the cut. Different people are going to do the cover each time in our Anchorite group. And yeah, I think it's pretty cool. We're from a whole lot of places all across the world, actually, which is kind of nice. So I'm pretty excited about it. I haven't dug into it yet, but everyone contributed and it looks really great. So there you go. The Anchorite. You on my podcast, you'll hear like the advertisement for it. So that's what it is. It's our Anchorite Amateur Press Association zine compilation. Very cool. All right, next I'll do the envelope next. There's the envelope right here. It's like your standard envelope. And this one is about 9.5 inches by 1 foot and 12.5 inches, so 31 centimeters. Sorry, but 9.5 is about 20, almost 25 centimeters there. And this is from the Art of the Genre out of California. I'll just tear that up here. And oh, it is the I don't know. I collect these; they're fun, but I haven't run any, unfortunately. This is the folio, the Black Label folio. So yeah, so this is a low-level adventure for AD&D, and it also has 5th edition for 5 to 7 characters, levels 3 to 5. For the Black Folio, Black Label, the Hive of the Seductress Queen. Right. I guess they are. What the Black Folio are, I guess, 18 plus adventures. I just sometimes like the art. I have a collection of them. I think I have all 10, maybe, but they're pretty cool. I will open it up and see if I'm able to show that without getting in too much trouble. I will look at it first. Oh, probably not. Probably not. I will show you the map because the map's kind of cool. They have this like the 3D maps, but I can't really show you the content. plus that would spoil it now, wouldn't it? But I do like that the fact that this kind of cool thing, they do like both the old-timey sort of maps like this on the blue background so that you can see on the inside cover of the module. And then they do the these sort of 3D things here, which is kind of neat. So there you go. And they're not giant dungeons. It's like a 24 room dungeon. It's kind of cool up here on the top. Up here on the top here, they have like what it looks like flat. So it's kind of nice. Right, kind of reminds me of like Queen of the Demon Web pits, you know, that kind of weird hexagonally shape. But I mean, it looks like it's like a, you know, a beehive type of thing, right? So this is Duchess and Cantella are back at it again, this time working their way west across the main continent of the Nameless Realms into the barbarian nations. Across the windswept and rune-covered plains, they stumble upon a hive that threatens all the surrounding area with a dark insectoid infestation. Apparently, it's an alien presence. So interesting. All right, cool stuff. These things clock in at about 27 pages or so. You know, it looks like it's about a 30-room dungeon. Pretty neat. The art's fun, but again, you know, I'm not going to show it. But art of the genre, Black Label, folio stuff. Again, Hive of the Seductress Queen. And I'll put that on my shelf next to the other Black Folio things. All right, and finally, I have a box, a full-on box from Studio 2 Publishing. And I will need a box cutter for this guy. Let me get you the measurements first. It is 8 inches, so 20 centimeters or so, by 13 inches or 33 centimeters. I hear 33 centimeters. Guess you could do it that way. See, all right. And then it is 2 inches thick, almost 2 inches thick. It's probably a little less, so an inch and maybe 3/4, so 4 centimeters or so, 4.5 centimeters. All right, I definitely will need a UL box cutter for this one. How about my perforated, but it looks like it might be easier to cut the tape first and then open it. And there you go. I did. Oh, cool. All right. So Studio 2, well, not always, but sometimes it suggests Savage Worlds. And this is the Savage World Science Fiction Companion. It comes with a group of archetype cards as well, which is kind of cool. I'll kind of open that. We can take a look at these archetype cards very quickly. So here's a commander, psyker here, and there's others, as you can see. We'll pick a random. See, there's like quite a few. It looks like here. If I turn it around, there you can see. We'll pick a random one. Pick this one here. Surveyor. There you go. It looks like they're all they're seasoned, or this one was seasoned. The commander, the psyker, looks like they're all seasoned archetypes. So which is interesting. So they start them a little higher than novice, which is interesting. And then here is it's pretty hefty book compared to other Savage Worlds offerings. It clocks in here at 303 pages. Here's sort of the inner cover art. There's bound to be a table of contents here. Yep. So it's 13 chapters and an appendix there. So there's the table of contents. And interesting, so it has, heroes, how to make them, new edges, a gear, how that gives you, and then start, interesting, acquiring expensive equipment, how to do that, step one, advantage, complications, and forms, the new setting rules. So they have rules for net running and hacking as well. Salvage and trade, that should be interesting. What do they do? Salvage and trade. Stuff for Sword and Planet as well. Yeah. They have how much things would cost, supply and demand. And then they have like just a simple table for the commodities value there. The logistics, if you wanted to do that, hacking, like I said, and what you would use for hacking in different programs, which is interesting. Quite a few different types of creatures, of heroes as well. You can make your own ancestries, but there's some core ancestries here. Those core ancestries that seem to be reminiscent to me of, well, see, they got Aquarians, the Atlantean style beings, avians, dwarves, elves, and humans, Rakashans, and Saurians. And then they have centaur types, draken, elementals, florins, so like plant people, gelatinoids, gem miners. I guess it's kind of a template. Gen troopers, insectoids, quite a few. All these different things that you could do. Yeti types, and then the last part they have like some for their setting. The last parsec as well, which is interesting. Then some new hindrances, like I said. Setting rules is pretty cool because, well, like I've done some setting rules and you could tack on things or not. The military, sci-fi, pulp, techno horror, even. They have a chapter on cyberware here, so you could run like a cyberpunk type setting in your sci-fi. I guess that's why they have like net running and hacking. You could run like a mecha type game, this Power Armor Starship Troopers type game, and what that could do. I wonder if they incorporate like mega damage and stuff. They have assault suits and the like custom power armor. What happens if there's a critical hit to it? Like there's different power armor frames. So quite a few tables on that, which is cool. So you can build your own power armor. There's like stock power armors, but you could definitely build your own type of power armor. Robots. What if you're playing a robot? And then like custom robots as well. It's pretty comprehensive. Stock robots, chapters on starships, of course. So that probably would have different. They'll probably have like starship combat. They call it faster than light travel, astrogation. It's very traveler-esque astrogation, right? They're jumping to unknown locations, so they call it jump. What happens if it messes up? Various frames and modifications. They probably have some stock starships there that you could use quite a bit. And then I guess they have like vehicles in the next chapter. Everything from the fighter to a dreadnought, by the way. In here, I'm looking at a dreadnought. Or world killer, I guess that would be like Death Star. Vehicles and what that means and how you do locomotion. So there's bound to be walkers, even they have a chapter on walkers, so it's a different type of vehicle. So I'd be like, there's your mech type stuff. They probably have stock, I guess they do have stock walkers as well. And then your world builder guide, which is kind of cool. So definitely very comprehensive. Like they really like full on, you know, in the world builder, what do they have? They have arcane backgrounds and powers as well. It's so kind of new. Different types, it looks like. Yep. Wow. Everything from here's some interesting ones. So Chaplain Chronomancer, Gravlock, Hard Light Controller, Mystic, Psyker, Shepherd, Shifter, Star Knight. Had to show the Star Knight. Um, Technomancer, Ewok Technomancer. I don't know if he's an Ewok. Warper, and then all these different new powers. So artifacts and relics. So like you could play and like a bygone, when people are looking for loot and salvage, the vastly old universe. But if you then a huge, it looks like a very comprehensive bestiary. Looking through here, right here's some examples. Dark Raptor, Cyborg Commando, and its pet dog. Haze Dragon up there. So dragon, like a boomer, a haze dragon, all sorts of things. Oh, interesting. Mark One nanotype bot, like the T-1000 and Terminator. Just so all sorts of stuff. Horror looking things as well, like this gray goo, the gray goo there. Yeah. So definitely, I'm going to take a look through it, and there's so many things that you can add to it or not add to it, um, and that's uh, quite comprehensive. The bestiary here, it has both NPC types, like even has a starship crew, like a generic starship crew. It's very helpful, I think. And that kind of, yeah, and then example empires too. So if you want to place an empire as well, that's pretty interesting. So they have this is their science fiction companion, the generic one. They have other supplemental books that you can use, like the last parsec is the world's of older publication. But here, a new gear event-based system for running chases, narrative outpost rules, new setting rules, huge bestiary, right? And everything you need to create a fully realized science fiction setting, all in the award-winning Savage Worlds rule system. So it's generic. There's no, with this particular book, there is no setting, so to speak. So it's generic. You can create your own setting. They have some reference to their last parsec setting, but yeah, it's something you can make on your own, which is pretty interesting. So you could take a publication like Stars Without Number, or so you could use this book and just, I can't remember the name of the other publication I'm thinking of. I can think of the cover, but I can't think of the name. But you could use that type of publication to make your own like little mini or sci-fi mini verse, right? As big or small as you want it to be, and then use that book to run a game in it. So I think that's pretty cool. All right, well, that is your unboxing for the week. I'm sure I'll come through with a few more in the following weeks again. And this has been the Geomologist Presents. I hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe, or hate, I don't know, comment whether you like it or not. I've had some comments that I think have helped me along the way. In any case, I'll talk to you soon. Good night, good rolling.